Hi guys, this is Malunchip and welcome to another Dauntless news bulletin, and this is exactly what we have been expecting. I kinda expected this news bulletin to be more around like between Sunday and Tuesday, but yeah, seeing as if that the event kinda set off in a minor point for a lot of players, I cannot blame them for releasing this news a little bit sooner. So yeah, let's get right into it. Latest news and updates, and yes, look at that. Phoenix Labs and the Behemoth development insight news and previews October the 18th. New Behemoth, the RiftStalker. So it's not a bat. We kind of expected because of the pictures in the Halloween event, in the Dark Harvest event. It kind of gave us a glimpse of something flying in the air. So we kind of were thinking that it might be like a bat. But yeah, RiftStalker, a new Umbral Behemoth, arrives on October 24th. So let's read more. New Behemoth, the RiftStalker. The rite has worked 10 minutes ago. The clearing held nothing, but now there was something. A small, strange tear in a fabric of the air, just an arm length away from the edge of the circle. The candles fluttered as the rift breathed a breath wider. Darkness shield us, Aegon whispered. Who is Aegon? Umbral Aether lashed through the tear, forcing the portal wider still. There was movement now. Restless movement. Aegon could feel the weight of his heart in his chest pounding. "We have done it," said the other. "The unseen prophecy will at last be fulfilled." Oh, Aegon is one of the unseen members, apparently. The rift had grown to nearly human height. "Great Unmaker," began the speaker, "we summon you and name you RiftStalker." Umbral Aether dripped from the rift, pooling on the ground below. A candle too close to the pool fell into the slick and out of reality. "Walk with us in the darkness." A shape emerged from the umbral tear. 4 powerful paws tipped in claws, tall ears and a sinuous tail, and a coat of writhing umbral aether that clung to all like a living thing. It snatched the speaker in its jaws and dragged him, screaming beyond the rift. A growing shadow. Dark Harvest is usually a time for celebration, but this year's long night feels darker than usual. Unintended alleyways pulse with the fresh unseen glyphs, and cultists gather in Ramsgate shadows. There are even reports of unsettling effigies being raised across the shattered aisles. Unsettling effigies. Yeah, I haven't seen those. But all of those are nothing compared to what has happened in the Maelstrom. So it really looks amazing. The RiftStalker into the Rift. The RiftStalker is a new Umbral Behemoth that blends cat, bat, and an extreme speed into an encounter unlike any other we've created. Its name, RiftStalker, comes from its ability to open and move through umbral rifts, dark, swirling portals to another dimension. As we can see here, they're kind of shooting like, they're shooting at us. So yeah, not really sure if that's one of its abilities or not. So kind of need to watch that. But the RiftStalker doesn't just move through rifts. It can also drag its prey through them into the dark dimension it calls home. Make it out there alive and you might just live to see Ramsgate again. Step into my lair. And we kind of get to see a picture of somebody actually falling through the Aether. Nice. So when we first started working on RiftStalker, it didn't have the ability to pull Slayers through its portals. Instead, we tried to convince Slayers to engage voluntarily with the rifts by tying them to valuable stagger opportunities. First, we tried coaxing the players closer with various visual indicators, an umbral circle, a visual buff, etc. But nothing would convince Slayers to stand near something that looked like certain death. We even toyed with the idea of making all areas except the area around the rift deal damage to Slayers, but this solution provide ridiculous resource intensify. Intensive. Once we accepted that we were going to overcome years of don't stand in the fire RPG instinct, we started looking at other options. How could we get Slayers through these rifts and fighting the RiftStalker on its own turf? By taking away the choice to flee. So you're not gonna be able to actually run from him. He is gonna drag you in at some point, and you are gonna go towards his rift, or his own turf. So we hope that you enjoy and survive your new non-voluntarily time in the place beyond the rift. Kind of a glimpse of how it looks and how the RiftStalker actually moves through portals. As you can see, it moves forward, but it also moves backwards into the portals. Clever creature. One other thing that sets the RiftStalker apart from previous behemoths is its intelligence. Learn its moves and it will change them. Memorize its patterns and it will invent new ones. This new, more adaptive mode of combat brings more variety and a new level of challenge to even our most accomplished slayers. I'm even having a hard time on regular Behemoth. It was also a huge learning experience for our Behemoth engineers and designers. One that taught us lessons we'll be leveraging for a long time to come. So let us know what you think once you've battled the RiftStalker in a few times. We'd love to hear how you're faring. So you can see he's actually jumping out of the rift and then actually opening a rift down below. And then actually, well, it's not a rift, like it's an aether pool. And he's actually vanishing between them. So yeah, it's basically with all the other behemoths so far, we kind of had... There were set attacks, and you kind of couldn't... Well, at a certain point, you kind of could see which attack he was gonna do and when he was gonna do it. So with this one, we are gonna get a new script behind his abilities, as I can understand it. And it's gonna be harder and harder to figure out what he's gonna do. So yeah, really looking forward to that, and how difficult they actually made him. So the killer catsuit. Ramsgate Smiths are working on something special for the RiftStalker. A new set of behemoth armor and weapons. Gather enough Umbral trophies and you'll be able to build your very own cat bat suit. Complete with ears. We won't spoil the weapons for you. Oh, I love it. Yeah, never spoil what it can do. I wanna figure it out on my own. I wanna see it when it actually arrives. Beyond the Dark Harvest. The Dark Harvest event runs through November the 1st, but that won't be your last chance to fight the RiftStalker. Like our other powerful behemoths, it will remain in the Maelstrom, ready to take on any slayer brave enough to face it. If you want Dark Harvest cosmetics or emotes though, you'll need to act before the festival ends. These items are time limited and will leave the store as soon as light returns to Ramsgate. So yeah, there we have it, the new behemoth coming, RiftStalker he's called. And by the look of it, he's actually gonna give us the fair fight that some of the players actually kind of expect. Because I do hear still a lot of players talking about, well, the game is too easy. Yeah, for some players. I find it, well, with most things, I'm really fast content, so I find most things to be in a proper place, but I'm always looking forward to watching how they change. And yeah, do keep in mind, guys, a new behemoth means new scripts, and new scripts means new bugs. So yeah, there will be patch notes and changes around the behemoth probably in the weeks to come after it. But yeah, they couldn't leave this message out any longer. They had to satisfy the player base, and yeah, here it is, guys. The new behemoth that's coming next week. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this news bulletin. I'll keep you up to date with anything else they throw at us, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.